But he always goes like this. And then, there's a stair right there, right? Then he starts.
Donald Trump celebrated his 78th birthday recently on Friday night with a multi-tiered cake featuring various Trump-related themes, such as a Make America Great Again baseball cap, an American flag, and a depiction of Trump golfing. Speaking to an adoring audience in Florida, he repeatedly criticized his rival in the upcoming November, 81-year-old President Joe Biden, suggesting that he is too weak to handle a second term in office. He bragged about his own cognitive abilities while criticizing President Biden's mental fitness. He even demanded that Biden take a cognitive test. However, just moments later, Trump messed up the name of the right-wing doctor who had given him his own cognitive test. We'll discuss this more in a moment, but before we dive in, please remember to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell if you enjoy this video and want to support the channel.
Joe Biden can't speak clearly. He can't think clearly.
In the video, former President Donald Trump sharply criticizes President Joe Biden's mental fitness, asserting that Biden is unable to think clearly.
So he tells law enforcement, you got to do something about this guy, Trump. He's killing me. Take a look at this. You'll see. Just take.
Trump argues that Biden's cognitive decline is evident and that it impairs his ability to perform his duties effectively as president. This accusation is a continuation of Trump's long-standing strategy to question Biden's competence and leadership abilities. During the interview, Trump emphasizes his view that Biden's mental state is a significant concern for the country. He argues that Biden's perceived cognitive issues are affecting his decision-making processes and, by extension, national policy and governance.
It holds near and dear to you that you like to be able to... Anyway.
This attack is part of a broader narrative that Trump has used both during and after his presidency to challenge Biden's suitability for office. The video exemplifies the ongoing political rivalry between Trump and Biden, highlighting Trump's attempts to undermine Biden's administration by focusing on personal and cognitive criticisms.
Last week, Crooked Joe signed an executive order that is pro-invasion, pro-child trafficking, pro-woman trafficking, pro-human trafficking.
This rhetoric aims to sway public opinion by casting doubt on Biden's capability to lead, thereby bolstering Trump's position and potentially setting the stage for future political campaigns.
Well, thank you very much, and a very big hello to a place where we've done very well, Sioux Falls. Thank you very much, Sioux Falls. And stage, and he's like, I just took a physical. You'll be happy to hear. Our great football player is going to be happy to hear this. I took a physical and I passed with flying colors, and I took a cognitive exam.
My friends, I've got several clips to share in this video, and some of them are pretty funny. Donald Trump had a major slip-up while trying to criticize President Biden's mental fitness. Let's start with that. Here's Trump, who is a convicted felon, in all his glory. I think he should take a cognitive test like I did. I took a cognitive test and I aced it. DRC Ronnie. DRC Ronnie Johnson, as everyone knows. Ronnie Johnson, congressman from Texas. He was the White House doctor. He said I was the healthiest president in history, so I liked him very much. He even said if I didn't eat junk food, I'd live to 200. Trump kept calling him Ronnie Johnson, but the doctor's name is actually Ronnie Jackson. It's ironic that Trump messed up the name while boasting about his cognitive skills. By the way, Congressman Jackson isn't exactly a consistent source. He used to be in the Navy and was President Obama's physician, but he has since made some questionable public statements, like suggesting that the 78-year-old Trump is in perfect health despite being overweight. Donald Trump, despite his poor diet, is claimed to be healthier than Barack Obama. Ronnie Jackson, the Dr. Trump mistakenly called Ronnie Johnson, has also praised Trump's memory, dismissing concerns about his mental fitness. Here's a reminder of Jackson defending Trump. Trump talks for hours at a time, and I can tell you he's as sharp now as he was 30 years ago. There's no decline. He makes one little mistake and the media goes insane. He's incredibly sharp and has a better memory than I or you do.
built a golf course just to miss this green.
It's an easy one to miss.
That swing looks a little broken. Was it made in China?
I don't know. Not too much is made.
Yeah.
What would your followers say if you hit this left?
Oh.
There we
I don't
go.
know about that, guys.
Oh.
It's funny because Trump couldn't even remember Jackson's name. That clip with Hannity and Jackson is a few months old, but it's relevant because Jackson has made many questionable statements about Trump's health. Also, Trump promised to take questions at the end of his speech, but didn't follow through. Here's what happened. At the end of the speech, I'll be taking some questions. This is different from Joe Biden. He doesn't take any questions. Trump then walked off stage without taking any questions, and right-wing activist Charlie Kirk patted him on the back. Trump criticized Biden for not taking questions, then did the same thing himself. The main point is that while there's increasing attention on Trump's cognitive issues, the same strict standards are being applied to President Biden. CNN's Jim Acosta recently moderated a debate with Scott Jennings, a CNN analyst who supports Trump, about Trump's mental fitness. Acosta mentioned that Andrew Ross Sorkin, a credible business journalist, reported that CEOs were confused after meeting Trump. Jennings responded that CEOs will support whoever benefits their business most, likely Republicans, and argued that Biden has also made strange claims. Acosta countered by pointing out Trump's bizarre comments about sharks, where he talked about staying in the boat or getting eaten or electrocuted by the shark, which didn't make any sense. This situation is ironic because some CEOs found Trump incoherent. If we're going to discuss Biden's mental fitness, we should also talk about Trump's. Alex Wagner from MSNBC also pointed out the double standard in media coverage. Biden gets more attention for his verbal slips, but Trump's strange, rambling anecdotes often get a pass. She mentioned Trump's bizarre story about a sinking boat and sharks, showing how his rambling is sometimes accepted as normal. This has become a campaign advantage for Trump, as he conditions the public to overlook his incoherent speeches while Biden faces more scrutiny. Wagner interviewed Susan Glasser, who said Trump's constant bizarre statements make it hard to keep track of what's new, leading people to give up trying. Trump benefits from this, but both he and Biden should be held to the same standard. Jennifer Rubin in the Washington Post also emphasized this. The president's job is about executive management, making good decisions, and separating personal interests from the nation's. Trump's closest colleagues say he is ignorant and can't grasp basic concepts. In contrast, Biden has accomplished more of his agenda despite similar circumstances, which shows greater competence. So, if we're going to make competence a serious question in this campaign, both candidates need to be held to the same standard. If that happens, Trump will lose every time. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe button and let me know what you think in the comments.